It's getting a little stronger, Chris and Amy, as that core of Hurricane Ian continues to get a little closer to the coastline. You can still see that donut shape there in the red. That is the eye wall, the strongest part of the hurricane. A lot of people, there's misconceptions when they see the latest advisory and they see 155-mile-per-hour sustained winds, which strong Category 4, borderline Category 5. It's only in a small section here around that eye wall. It is not the entire hurricane that has those type of damaging winds. Most of what you see on the periphery are just tropical storm force winds. And yes, they can knock down trees, they can cause a little damage. And of course, the scattered power outages. As you get closer to the core, you get into the damaging tropical storm force winds, 58 to 73 miles per hour. And those cause a little more of the concentrated damage, but it's right here where we've got the hurricane force winds. The hurricane force winds only extend out 40 miles in both directions from the center of the storm. So you got about roughly an 80-mile core of hurricane force winds. And what we're seeing right now in the Cape as we take a little closer look here at Lee County is an area that is right there in one of these stronger rain bands as it's wrapping around. So we're looking at Port Charlotte down to the Cape, and what we just saw was that cell move right over our studios here on Pine Island and now is lifting north to the county line along Burnt Store and getting ready to move over the Charlotte Harbor. All morning long, the northern rain bands have been moving from east to west. Depending upon where you live in Southwest Florida, you've seen thunderstorms and showers coming in different direction along with the winds. And as we head towards downtown Fort Myers and North Captiva, again, you can see that general flow around the storm. You've actually got a little bit of a storm surge right now on the back of Boca Grande as that water is getting pushed in on the opposite side of where the Gasparilla Lighthouse sits there. And then to the south, North Captiva, we're starting to see some of those winds come in a little farther out of the south. So as we look at the core of this hurricane, we are just a couple of hours away from this leading edge beginning to push on and continuing to increase the winds and increase the likelihood of damage. This is a very, very strong, powerful hurricane. I can't say it enough that when Lauren and I got the special advisory from the National Hurricane Center indicating this jump to 155, it was just 2 hours before that. It went from 120 to 140. That was a significant enough jump. Then they added another 15. Anytime you get 2 miles per hour away from a Category 5 storm, this is a historically strong, dangerous and deadly storm, and we are going to be right here with you over the next couple of hours as this eye wall continues to get closer and closer to the Lee Islands, places we live, places we love, and it's going to be several hours of winds that are equal to a EF3 tornado, and that wind is going to be right here around this core. Depending upon where the center of this storm makes landfall, we'll have two separate locations we're watching, both on the northern side of the eye wall and the southern side of the eye wall. And it's that south side, that dirty side of the storm, where you get the onshore flow with the storm surge, that we're going to see the winds, the onshore storm surge, in addition to that freshwater rain. And that's likely where we're going to see one pocket of some of the most damage here in Southwest Florida. We're just a couple minutes away here from a quick update from the National Hurricane Center. 9 o'clock, we'll get a position update with wind speed. And I'm going to hand it back over to you guys. And I'm going to take a little break here, hand it over to Lauren so I can go back and look at some data as well. So for now, Chris and Amy, we are just hours away here from the closest approach of Ian.